Shalom. Welcome to this week's Torah portion. This week's Torah portion is Vayishlach, and it is Genesis 32 and verse 3 through chapter 36, verse 43. And then the Haftarah is Obidiah 1:1 through verse 21. Let's get started. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother in the land of Seir, the field of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, Say this to my master Esau, Your servant Jacob said this, I have sojourned with Laban, and stayed there until now. And I have bulls and donkeys, flocks, and male and female servants. And I have sent to inform my master to find favor in your eyes. So the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, We came to your brother Esau, and he also is coming to meet you, and 400 men with him. And Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. So he divided the people that were with him, and the flocks and herds and camels into two groups. And he said, If Esau comes to the one group and strikes it, then the other group which is left shall escape. And Jacob said, O Elohim of my father Abraham, and Elohim of my father Yitzhak, Yahovah, who said to me, Return to your land and to your relatives, and I do good to you. I do not deserve the least of all the loving commitment and all the truth which you have shown your servant. For I passed over this Yarden with my staff, and now I have become two groups. Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, and from him, lest he come and shall strike me and the mother with the children. For you said, I shall certainly do good to you, and shall make your seed as the sand of the sea, which are too numerous to count. And he spent the night there, and took what came to his hand as a present for Esau his brother. 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 suckling camels with their colts, 40 cows and 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys and 10 foals. And he gave into the hand of his servants every drove by itself, and said to his servants, Pass over before me, and put some distance between drove and drove. And he commanded the first one, saying, When Esau my brother meets you and asks you, saying, To whom do you belong, and where are you going, whose are these in front of you? Then you shall say, They are your servant Jacob's. It is a present sent to my master Esau, and see, he also is behind us. So he commanded the second and the third, and all who followed the drove, saying, Speak to Esau this same word when you find him, and you shall say also, Look, your servant Jacob is behind us. For he said, Let me appease him with the present that goes before me, and after that see his face, he might accept me. And the present passed over before him, but he himself spent the night in the camp. And he who rose up that night and took his 2 wives and his 2 female servants and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford of Jacob. And he took them and sent them over the stream, and sent over what he had. And Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he did not overcome him, he touched the socket of his hip. And the socket of Jacob's hip was dislocated, and as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaks. But he said, I am not letting you go until you have blessed me. And he asked him, What is your name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Your name is no longer Jacob, but Yisrael, because you have striven with Elohim and with men, and have overcome. And Jacob asked him, saying, Please let me know your name. And he said, Why do you ask about my name? And he blessed him, and he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen Elohim face to face, and my life is preserved. And the sun rose on him as he passed over Penuel, and he limped on his hip. That is why the children of Israel to this day do not eat the sinew of the hip, which is on the socket of the thigh, because he touched the socket of the thigh of Jacob in the sinew of the hip. And Jacob lifted his eyes and looked and saw Esau coming, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children among Leah and Rachel and the 2 female servants. And he put the female servants, and their children in front, and Leah and her children behind, and Rachel and Joseph last. And he himself passed over before them, and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, until he came near to his brother. And Esau ran to meet him, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted his eyes, and saw the women and children, and said, Who are these with you? And he said, The children with whom Elohim has favored your servant. Then the female servants came near, and they and their children, and bowed themselves. And Leah also came near with her children, and they bowed themselves. And Joseph and Rachel came near, and they bowed themselves. And Esau said, What do you mean by all this company which I met? And he said, To find favor in the eyes of my master. But Esau said, I have enough. My brother, let what you have remain yours. And Jacob said, No, please, if I have now found favor in your eyes, then receive my present from my hand, because I have seen your face like seeing the face of Elohim, and you were pleased with me. Please take my blessing that is brought to you, because Elohim has favored me, and because I have all I need. And he urged him, and he took it. And he said, Let us depart and go, and let me go before you. But he said to him, My master knows that the children are weak, and the flocks and herds which are nursing are with me. And if the men should drive them hard one day, all the flocks shall die. Please let my master go before his servant, and let me lead on slowly according to the pace of the livestock that go before me, and according to the pace of the children, until I come to my master in Seir. And Esau said, Please let me leave with you some of the people who are with me. But he said, Why this? Let me find favor in your eyes, in the eyes of my master. And Esau returned that day on his way to Seir, and Jacob set out to Succoth, and built himself a house, and made booths for his livestock. This is why the name of the place is called Succoth. And Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Padan Aram, and he pitched his tent before the city. And he bought the portion of the field where he had pitched his tent from the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 kisatah. And he set up a slaughter place there, and called it El Yisrael. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And Shechem, son of Hamor, the Huite, prince of the land, saw her, and took her, and lay with her, and humbled her. And his being clung to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the girl, and spoke kindly to her. And Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, Take this girl for me for a wife. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter, now his sons with his livestock in the field. So Jacob kept silent until they came. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. And the sons of Jacob came in from the field when they heard it. And the men were grieved and very wroth, because he had done a senseless deed in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter, which should not be done. But Hamor spoke with them, saying, My son Shechem's being longs for your daughter, please give her to him for a wife, and intermarry with us. Give us your daughters, and take our daughters for yourselves, and dwell with us, and let the land before you, and let the land be before you. Dwell and move about in it, and have possessions in it. And Shechem said to her father and her brothers, Let me find favor in your eyes, and whatever you say to me, I give. Ask of me a bride, price and gift ever so high, and I give according to what you say to me. But give me the girl for a wife. But the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father, and spoke with deceit, because he had defiled Dinah their daughter. And they said to them, We are not able to do this matter, to give our sister to one who is uncircumcised, for that would be a reproach to us. Only on this condition would we agree to you. If you become as we are, to have every male of you circumcised, then we shall give our daughters to you, and take your daughters to us, and we shall dwell with you, and shall become one people. But if you do not listen to us, and be circumcised, we shall take our daughter and go. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man did not delay to do this, because he delighted in Jacob's daughter. Now he was more respected than all the household of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his son came to the gate of their city, and spoke with the men of their city, saying, These men are at peace with us, so let them dwell in the land, and move about in it. And see, the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters for us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only on this condition would the men agree to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us is circumcised as they are circumcised. Their herds and their possessions and all their beasts should not be ours. Only let us agree with them, and let them dwell with us. And all who went out of the gate of this city listened to Hamor and Shechem, his son. Every male was circumcised, all who went out of the gate of the city. And it came to be on the third day, when they were in pain, that two of the sons of Jacob, Shimon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, each took his sword, and came boldly upon the city, and killed all the males. And they killed Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah from Shechem's house, and went out. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain, and plundered the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their flocks, and their herds, and their donkeys, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their wives they took captive, and they plundered all that was in the houses. And Jacob said to Shimon and Levi, You have troubled me by making me a stench among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and I am few in number. They shall gather themselves against me, and shall strike me, and I shall be destroyed, my household, and I. But they said, Should he treat our sister like a whore? And Elohim said to Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make a slaughter place there to El, who appeared to you when you fled from the face of Esau your brother, and Jacob, and said to his household, and to all who were with him, Put away the foreign mighty ones that are among you, and cleanse yourselves, and change your garments. And let us arise, and go to Bethel, and let me make there a slaughter place to El, who answered me in the day of my distress, and has been with me in the day which I have gone, in the way which I have gone. So they gave Jacob all the foreign mighty ones which were in their hands, and all their earrings which were in their ears. And Jacob hid under the terebinth tree which was near Shechem. And they departed, and the fear of Elohim was upon the cities that were all around them, and they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. And Jacob came to Luz, that is Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan. He had all the people who were with him, and he built there a slaughter place, and called the place El Bethel, because there Elohim appeared to him when he fled from the face of his brother. And Deborah, Ribkah's nurse, died, and she was buried below Bethel under the terebinth tree. So the name of it was called Alon Bakuth. And Elohim appeared to Jacob again when he came from Padan Aram, and blessed him. And Elohim said to him, Your name is Jacob. Your name is no longer called Jacob, but Yisrael is your name. So he called his name Yisrael. And Elohim said to him, I am El Shaddai. Be fruitful and increase. A nation and a company of nations shall be from you, and sovereigns come from your body. And the land which I gave Abraham and Yitzhak I give to you, and to your seed after I give this after you I give this land. And Elohim went up from him in the place where he had spoken with him, and Jacob set up a standing column in the place where he had spoken with him, a monument of stone. And he poured a drink offering on it, and he poured oil on it. And Jacob called the name of the place where Elohim spoke with him, Bethel. Then they set out from Bethel, and it came to be when there was but a little distance to go to Ephrath, that Rahel began to give birth, and had great difficulty giving birth. And it came to be, as she was having great difficulty giving birth, that the midwife said to her, Do not fear, for it is another son for you. And it came to be, as her life was going out, for she died, that she called his name Ben-Oni, but his father called him Benjamin. And so Rahel died, and was buried in the way to Ephrath, that is Bethlehem. And Jacob set a standing column on her burial place, which is the monument of Rahel's burial place to this day. And Yisrael set out and pitched his tent beyond the tower of Eder. And it came to be, when Yisrael dwelt in the land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Yisrael heard about it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. The sons of Leah were Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, Shimon, and Lewi, and Yehudah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rahel were Yosef and Benjamin. The sons of Bilhah, Rahel's female servant, were Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's female servant, were Gad and Asher. These were the sons of Jacob who were born to him in Padan Aram. And Jacob came to his father Yitzhak and at Mamre, or Kiryath Arba, that is Hebron, where Abraham and Yitzhak had dwelt. And the days of Yitzhak were 180 years. So Yitzhak breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people, aged and satisfied of days, and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. And this is the genealogy of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives from the daughters of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Oholibamah, the daughter of Anna, the daughter of Sibon, the Hivite, and Basemath, Ishmael's sister of Nebaioth, and Abba, bore Eliphaz to Esau, and Basemath bore Reuel. And Obidiah bore Yehush, and Yalam, and Korah. These were the sons of Esau who were born to him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the beings of his household and his herds and all his beasts and all the possessions which he had gained in the land of Canaan, and went to a land away from the presence of his brother Jacob. For their possessions were too great for them to dwell together, and the land of their sojournings could not support them because of their herds. And Esau dwelt in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And this is the genealogy of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in Mount Seir. These were the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, son of Adah, wife of Esau, and Reuel, son of Basemath, wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Sepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. And Timnah was the concubine of Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bore Amalek and to Eliphaz. These were the sons of Abba, Esau's wife. These were the sons of Reuel, Nahath, and Zerah, Shema, and Mizah. These were the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. These were the sons of Obidiah, Esau's wife, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Sibon. And she bore to Esau Yeush, and Yalam, and Korah. These were the chiefs of the sons of Esau. The sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau, were Chief Teman, Chief Omar, Chief Sepho, Chief Kenaz, Chief Korah, Chief Gatam, Chief Amalek. These were the chiefs of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. They were the sons of Adah. And these were the sons of Reuel, Esau's son: Chief Nahath, Chief Zerah, Chief Shema, and Chief Mizah. These were the chiefs of Reuel in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. And these were the sons of Obidiah, Esau's wife: Chief Yeush, Chief Yalam, and Chief Korah. These were the chiefs descending from Obidiah, Esau's wife, the daughter of Anah. These were the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these were their chiefs. These were the sons of Seir, the Horite, who inhabited the land: Lotan, and Shobal, and Sibon, and Anah, and Dishon, and Esther, and Dishon. These were the chiefs of the Horites, the sons of Seir, in the land of Edom. And the sons of Lotan were Hori, and Hemam. Lotan's sister was Timnah. And these were the sons of Shobal, Alwan, and Manahath, and Ebal, and Shepho, and Onam. And these were the sons of Sibon, both Ayah and Anah. This was Anah who found the water in the wilderness, as he fed the donkeys of his father Sibon. And these were the children of Anah: Dishon, and Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah. And these were the sons of Dishon: Hemdan, and Ishban, and Yithron, and Cheran. These were the sons of Etzer: Bilhan, and Zaawan, and Akan. These were the sons of Dishan: Utz, and Aran. These were the chiefs of the Horites: Chief Lotan, Chief Shobal, Chief Sibon, Chief Anah, Chief Dishan, Chief Etzer, and Chief Dishban. These were the chiefs of the Horites according to their chiefs in the land of Seir, and these were their sovereigns who reigned in the land of Edom before any sovereign reigned over the children of Israel. And Bela the son of Beor reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. And Bela died, and Yobab son of Zerah and Batsra reigned in his place. And Yobab died, and Husham of the land of the Timonites reigned in his place. And Husham died, and Habad son of Bedad, who struck Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his place. And the name of the city was Awith. And Hadad died, and Samlah of Mesrikah reigned in his place. And Samlah died, and Shaul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his place. And Shaul died, and Baal Hanan son of Akbor reigned in his place. And Baal Hanan the son of Akbor died, and Hadar reigned in his place. And the name of this city was Pau, and his wife's name was Mehetabel, and the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahab. And these were the names of the chiefs of Esau according to their clans, and the places by their names: Chief Timnah, Chief Alwa, Chief Yetheth, Chief Olabama, Chief Elah, Chief Pinon, Chief Kenaz, Chief Timan, Chief Mibsar, Chief Magdiel, Chief Aram. These were the chiefs of Edom according to their dwelling places in the land of their possession. Esau was the father of the Edomites. Now for the Haftarah. Obidiah chapter 1 through verse 21. The vision of Obidiah, that is what the Master Yehovah said concerning Edom. We have heard a report from Yehovah, and a messenger has been sent among the nations, saying, Arise, and let us rise up against her for battle. See, I have made you small among the nations. You are greatly despised. The pride of your heart has deceived you. You who dwell in the clefts of the rock, whose dwelling is high, who say in your heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground? Though you rise high as the eagle, and though you set your nest among the stars, from there I shall bring you down, declares Yehovah. If thieves came to you, if robbers by night, how ruined you would have been. Would they not steal till they had enough? If grape gatherers had come to you, would they not leave gleanings? How Esau shall be searched out, his hidden treasures shall be sought out. All your allies shall send you forth to the border. Your friends shall deceive you and overpower you. They make your bread a snare under you without you discerning it. In that day, declares Yehovah, I shall destroy the wise men from Edom and discernment from the mountains of Esau. And your mighty men shall be discouraged, O Timan, so that everyone from the mountains of Esau is cut off by killing. Because of your violence against your brother Jacob, let shame cover you, and you shall be cut off forever. In the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers took captive his wealth, when foreigners entered his gates and cast lots for Jerusalem, you also were like one of them. And you should not have looked on your brother's day in the day of his estrangement, nor rejoiced over the children of Yehudah in the day of their destruction, nor made your mouth great in the day of distress. Nor have entered the gate of my people in the day of their calamity, nor looked down on their evil in the day of their calamity, nor have seized their wealth in the day of their calamity, nor have stood at the parting of the way to cut off his fugitives, nor handed over his survivors in the day of distress. For the day of Jehovah is near upon all the nations. As you have done, it shall be done to you. Your reward shall come back on your own head. For as you have drunk on my set-apart mountain, so do all the nations drink continually. And they shall drink and shall swallow, and they shall be as though they have never been. But on Mount Sion there shall be an escape, and they shall be set apart. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, but the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall burn among them, and they shall consume them, so that no survivor is left in the house of Esau. For Jehovah has spoken, and they shall possess the south with the mountains of Esau, and low country with the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Shemaron and Benjamin with Gilead. And the exiles of this host of the children of Israel possessed that of the Canaanites as far as Saraphath, and the exiles of Jerusalem who are in Sepharad possess the cities of the south. And saviors shall come to Mount Sion to judge the mountains of Esau, and the reign shall belong to Jehovah. Be blessed.